I just came back from the mall with my mom, and I finally bought stuff with her money, but like my first time actually buying something from Sephora, which was an Amika leave-in hair conditioner, and then also a tinted sunscreen by Joseon, that Korean band. But yeah, I mean I could show it. Wait, it's not in here. Those are my mom stuff. Whatever, I put them away already. And then we went to Costco, got some ingredients for some, I don't know. Just got like 9 pounds of ground beef because anytime you want to make something, it's just gone. I have a whole map open on a tab. Okay. No Instagram. Clustering. Oh lord. Oh, never mind.
In this lecture, we will talk about clustering algorithms. Clustering is one of the methods in change.
Remember last time we were just like halfway in?
Some pixel is the coordinates condition clustering information to find similarities of the posters. This is one of the interesting condition that people use this for clustering. Now let's look at the next clustering algorithm. This is belongs to the second clustering. We use nested clusters to form.
Yo, where's Really Gaming? Welcome to the stream. Welcome back. How's it going? This is hierarchical clustering, so put that somewhere. Should I? Any colors? Okay. Have you been? I've been good. I had a good day so far, honestly. Like, I could not imagine a better morning than today. I got to eat breakfast without anybody like yapping at me. I came home without anybody yapping at me. And I had a fun morning with my mom. Went to the mall, went shopping. What about you? I'm super happy. Aw, what is that? If you're happy, I'm happy. Produces a set of nested clusters organized as hierarchical trees. Oh, I'll just put that somewhere. Right here, yeah.
Now let's look at the next clustering algorithm, hierarchical clustering. This is belongs to the second type of the clustering. We use nested clusters to form the clustering. So let's look at the basic idea. Suppose here we have 5 data points. We still check the similarity, but we can build up a hierarchical tree structure. So what is the idea? For example, let's check the similarities among all those 5 data items. Then we pick up 2.
Because I made my girlfriend's day today. What? I don't know if you said that before, that you have a girlfriend. Like, I have the same reaction every time. Like, are you 12? That's crazy. But yeah, making somebody else's day automatically makes your day better. So that's something that my principal said when I was in like 6th grade. She was saying, to if you're ever sad, make somebody else happy, then you'll be happy. Which is so true. How did you make her happy? Because never mind. I kind of made her my wallpaper, and she was so happy. Wow. That's all it takes to make somebody happy. It's not like you have to spend too much money to make someone's day. That's so nice.
They are always among all other factors. So we think those two should form a group when we use our.
Well, I hope you guys like don't have to go through anything too difficult, like because sometimes when you're really young and like you get all that feelings, like you can get really hurt too. So I hope you never get hurt like that, because it could kind of shape your adulthood. Like maybe if you get really sad if something happens, like you'll be anxious when you're older. But hopefully that doesn't happen. Because when you're older, like you make more emotionally mature decisions, like how to react when you get into certain conflicts. Like I don't know, to be honest. Like what if someday, like one day, she wants space for herself. Like she's not in the mood to talk, but she's saying it's not your fault. It's not, you didn't do anything, but you're so anxious that like you think to yourself, maybe she's just saying that. Maybe she doesn't like me anymore. You're not convinced of what she says. That's like an anxious attachment style. But that only happens if you're not like, if you don't grow up with enough love.
Structure. Okay, now this form a group, and this is the group. So at the beginning we think everyone is a group, now we merge those two groups, form a new group. So now we only have those 4 groups, and the first group now is kind of merged with the first one, the second one. Okay, so next we're going to check the distance between those 4 new groups. So this group 1, group 2, group 3, and group 4. Now we pick out the 2, the closest, and the other groups. So then maybe we find those 2, they are the closest. So let's merge those 2 and form the new group. Now at this moment we will have 3 groups. This one, this one, and this one. Same idea. Let's compare the distance among all those 3 data for every 2 pair of the groups. Now we find the smallest, the group with the smallest distance. So for example, this one, this one, this one, this one. This 3, among those 3 new groups, those 2 supposed are smallest, have smallest distance. Now we form a larger group by combining this group and this group. But now we only have these 2 groups left. Of course, the next one, if you want to merge them, this will be found in a whole group. A group of whole data items. So now you can see here, based on everything, we think every data items are group, and then we use the merge operation, and eventually we build up this tree structure. So how can we get the groups? Suppose now we want the 2 groups. Suppose we want to partition the data items in 2 groups, 2 clusters. We just part the trees at global level, assume here. Suppose because at this moment, let's say, okay, let's part here based on this distribution. So you may see those 3, they are in the same group, and the other 2 in the last group. Right? So now if you want, suppose you want to say I want a 3 group. Actually now let's just part at global location, the level. Then we find okay. So this one, those 2 are in the group, and this one is second group, this one in the third group. You just need based on the data structure using the hierarchical clustering, get this tree structure that we just call at global level, so we can get the clustering styles. Okay. So this.
I watched Kung Fu Panda yesterday with my family. It was so good. Like, I watched it so many times in my life, but it never gets boring. I can't believe it's 18 years old now. It's like, dang.
So how we use nested clusters, organized as a hierarchical tree to get clustering results. You may see the flexibility in picking up the number of the clusters. But if you want to, you can divide the group to 2 groups. You can divide it quickly from this hierarchical tree results. If you want 4, of course we can divide very quickly. For example, let's say we want to come here, that we can get easily get 4 clusters.
4, yeah. This one, this one, this one, these 2.
So, as mentioned, this is the advantage of using hierarchical clustering, that we don't need to assume any particular number of them.
We don't have to assume any particular number of clusters.
Clusters in advance. You may wonder how we can check the distance between the groups. For example, at the beginning, as mentioned, when we really use those data items at the beginning, we think about each data item is a group. Right? And each group only have one single data items. Along the process in hierarchical clustering, we always check in the distance between the groups.
Best part of waking up. The best part of waking up to me is kind of deciding what to do, because it's summer. When it's summer, you don't have school or work. Unemployed, you just get to use your phone. But yeah, that opportunity to decide what you want to do in your healthy body, it's just like, you wish it could stay like that forever. Today was my first day of school. Really? Oh my god, how'd it go, Doc? Welcome to the stream. How's it going?
So how can we check the groups? Actually, we know that this is a corresponds to internal clustering similarity of distance. Right? Suppose we have those two clusters. This is called inter-cluster distance. So actually, we have multiple options we can do. For example, meaning when you just check, suppose among all the data items we have from.
It was fun, but we didn't do much. Yeah, that's usually the case. Like they just go over syllables. Did you make any friends? I'm in elementary school, 5th grade. Nice. Fifth grade was my favorite. My favorite grade in my life. Reason being, the whole class is just like so nice. Everybody was friendly. There was no drama. When that's the case, like, you don't hate school. Most people just hate school because the people are bad. Even if the work is hard, it's not that bad if you have friends. The most pain in life comes from other people. I have friends that still go to my school. It's my last year there, so sad. Aw, bro, I've been there. I had to leave school at 5th grade too, to another school. But I didn't know until way at the end of the school year, so that part really hurt. But yeah, I get it. I was so sad too. Like, I was crying so much.
Each group, you just pick up the smallest distance of the two data items from each. Or you can use the maximum distance of the two data items from each. You can also capture the aggregate of the two data items from each, then you compute the average. Or you just compute the center from each group and use this distance. So we don't have this option. No one is the best. You can application to this one. Just talk. Okay, so here we show the link where you can find this code of hierarchical clustering from second level. The next one we want to talk about is a DD-scan. DD-scan is showing another idea to get the clustering results. So this is a partitional clustering result.
Then it's middle school sci. So, yeah, have you read books about middle school? Like, what are your thoughts about it? Because, you know how Have you seen Stranger Things? And like Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Have older siblings and middle school sounds good and like hell. Yeah. There's it's either one or the other. Like I haven't seen like anybody talk like middle school is mid. Like a density-based clustering algorithm was proposed in 1996 and awarded the Test of Time Award at KDB in 2014. But it depends on what middle school, definitely. Well, I'll give you one advice for middle school is try your best to make friends. Like I know, like you already probably do that naturally, but like these middle school people, if you find any good people, just like hold on to them. Okay, just like when you're older, you're not gonna get that opportunity to make friends as easily as like school, because everything has to be more planned out. You have to be like, oh, do you want to hang out? And most people are busy with work and school, and they're just like, oh, I'm sorry, I can't. Got things to do. So it's like, yeah, school is the only opportunity where you can make lifelong friendships. Sorry, I remember seeing something. I don't know how to explain it. The way that I read it. Anytime I do that, AI is like, no, no, no. But like, I'm just looking for what I read somewhere. It was a reel that I saw on Instagram. Whatever, I can't find that. But I hope I'm still friends with my friend. Yeah. It's kind of common that like people who are younger, like they get into like petty arguments and stuff, and like friendships can break over the smallest things. Like, oh, you like this guy, I liked him first, blah blah blah. Like it's like, yeah. Try your best not to lose friends over small things. Like think about the long run. It's hard to do that when you're younger because all you think about is like right now. But like, yeah, think of the long run. I think one of my friends is bad mouthing me because they talked to one of my other friends and now he's ignoring me. Yeah, see, that's immature. Like when you're younger, it's normal to be immature because you don't really understand how to react to those things in a mature way. If from like a mature perspective, if you heard anything from somebody, the right thing to do is to confront them. But a lot of people are scared of confronting. They're just like, oh, really? If that's the case, I just won't talk to them anymore. And it's weird. It's so weird. like, it's petty, but yeah. Hello, Shuang. Welcome to the stream. How's it going? Don't ever ignore somebody. Ignoring is bad and immature. Always talk to somebody if you have a problem with them. Me, on the other hand, I don't ignore, okay? I'm an NPC. Like, I don't talk to people first. Because I get anxious. I get anxious for replies. I think about it the whole day. I'm like, I'd rather just keep my peace. And they're ignoring me too, and I think they hate me now. Can you, like, think of something that would have caused that kind of reaction, or what? Because kind of need a reason. Either that, or maybe it seems like they're ignoring, but they're just busy.
So every data item, you will see they have just belonging to one group in the result. So this can actually here you may see based on the density. So data item where you can find this code of the hierarchical clustering from scikit-learn library. The next one we want to talk about is a DB-scan. Like DB-scan is showing another idea to get the clustering results. So this is a partitional clustering result.
No, because when the school year ended, we were friends, and I was asking them at recess why they were ignoring me, and well, they were ignoring me, so I didn't get an answer. Oh, at that rate, at that point, the most uh self-respecting thing to do is just give them their space to just, like, you know, ignore them too. At that point, like, it seems immature to ignore somebody who's ignoring you, but you did your part. You asked them why, and if they don't want to talk to you, that's it. You know, it's kind of like when somebody ignores you through text, and you, like, asking them, and then you wait for an answer, they don't reply, and then you text them again. That's called double texting, and it seems like you have no self-respect for doing that, which is the case. So if they ignore you, then that's already an answer. That act speaks for itself.
For every data item, you will see they have just belonging to one group in the result. So this can actually here you may see based on the density. So the idea is we will suppose we have all those data items. Now we can think about suppose we form a cluster. So what is the definition of the cluster? The cluster, we just think about it is a density area or region. We have a lot of data items in that form cluster. But if you look at the open area, right, the blank area between the clusters, we don't have many data items. For example, we don't have many data items here. So this shows a low density area. So now you can see the density.
But they're part of my friend group, so they are hanging out with them. Oh my god. Main, not mine. Okay, the main friend group. So yeah. If you can think of anything that may have caused them to ignore you, then try to talk to someone about it. Like, what do you think is the reason? Like, what did I do anything? And if there is no answer, you didn't do anything wrong. Maybe it's because of something that you like that they don't like. Because, yeah. Maybe their parents told them, don't hang out with her, she's weird. Because they said, oh, that girl is into this type of thing. They're like, that's not good. Even though you think it's normal, maybe to them it's not normal. Like, for example, you're LGBTQ, like, it's not wrong to be LGBTQ, but if you, like, talk about it, if that's, like, your main characteristic, for example, because it was your profile picture at some point. That's why you got banned from this channel. If that's, like, the thing that you talk about the most, if you're, like, inappropriate, because that's not kid-friendly. Probably did, but they're also LGBTQ. Okay. If they're also, I don't know what's the problem then.
Of the cluster in the DB scan. If you have the area, we have a lot of data items in it. It show it's a high density of the data points. This is cluster. Otherwise, it is just the open area separate the clusters. Okay. So now let's think about how can we define the density? Right? Density. This is the key in the DB scan. So we need two parameters in the DB scan. One we
That's why I don't know. Yeah, it makes sense. I don't know either. They'll grow out of it. Don't worry. Just give them some time. A lot of time, actually. But then you're gonna move to middle school anyways. It's not like, I don't know. The maximum radius of the neighborhood. High density, epsilon, negative neighborhood. Neighborhood of a point containing at least min points of points. And min PTS. The minimum number of points required in the epsilon neighborhood. Whatever I tried to ask, so I'm gonna just ignore them back. Yeah, that's exactly what I said. You did your part. I've actually ignored one of my friends for a week because they personally roasted me. Really? What did they say? Actually, you know what? I'm ignoring somebody too. But that's because they literally were being so rude. But they didn't think it was rude. I'm not gonna tell them that was rude because I kind of a problem in defending for myself. Because I don't want to hear anything back. Like, don't defend yourself. Okay? The only reason I ever talk is so that you could get what I'm saying, not to hear something in return. And if you suspect that somebody's gonna talk back, better to just not say anything at all. Like, you're too thick-skulled to understand what I'm trying to say. I remember, but it was bad because I ignored them for a week. Yeah, for real. You know what the person I'm ignoring at this point is because I said that I'm gonna leave the platform. I don't know if I told them that. I probably did, but they're basically the reason why I got banned from a certain group, like a server type of thing. And like my own group chat I was in, I left on my main account and then I came back on my other account and then the permissions went to her and she misused it. Like I only gave it to you because I trusted you, but she like kicked me out of it because somebody said to. I'm like, why are you listening to her? It's my group chat. And that has nothing to do with the server if I even made a mistake. It's a long story, man. I hate drama so much. I just left. I think it's about my family. It's funny. It's not funny what they said about your family because I don't even know what they said, but it's funny that you don't even remember.
Called the radius.
It's good that you don't remember. It's like, honestly, these things are not worth it. That's the one thing when I used to get into arguments with my sister, is that I would forget why, like mid conversation I would forget what I'm saying, like in the argument, like wait.
So this is a defined neighborhood of each data point. This is a radius. Another one is a number of data points. If we can form a neighborhood of data points, for example, this is the number of data points required in order to define, a neighborhood of point. Let's look at it here. Suppose this is a point P, and we use this radius, the neighborhood radius. So this defines this area, and then we will count the number of the data items in it. So if it is greater than or equal to the minimum number of data points required in order to form a neighborhood, then it forms a cluster. Otherwise, for example, here we specify 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we know, okay, this form a high density area. So this is a cluster.
If I remembered, it would have showed up at their house. Dang, you take it that seriously.
But now if you see the right, so given the piece, this neighborhood, based on this specified radius, in it we only have a 4 point, which is less than the minimum number of the data points required to form a cluster. So this is not a cluster. This is why we need those two parameters. One is neighborhood radius, another one is the minimum number of points to form a cluster needed in the neighborhood. So this is how we define a high density area. But based on that,
Okay. Yeah, at some point you grow out of that, what's the word? Drama phase. Some people never grow out of that though. Like they like drama. Like all those aunties that have absolutely nothing to do. Cause, if you're a housewife, like you get bored. That's why you like drama so much. But for me, like I can't just live like without anything to do in my daily life. Like I have to do something. Like I have to study. I have school. I have to think about work. I have to get money. I have to think about moving out so that I could save my mom. But those types of people, they already have everything. Like they have their family, their house or whatever. They don't know what else to do with their lives. And when you're a kid, you don't have to work or do anything. You don't have like you're not that close to the future yet. So all you have to do is study, and you're like bored. So that's why people like drama when they're younger and when they're older. But at that point in where I am in life, I can't afford to have drama. It's just like I don't have that mental space. All I have to do is like walk in and like hopefully get a job within the next year. If I could get a job, like a corporate job where at first it's daunting because it's new, but then I get used to it and like get into the drill of it. It's like, okay, this is a safe job. I could, have an income, and I could do whatever I want with that. That would be the best thing ever. That's the only thing I ever wanted. I don't even want to get married as much as I want a job. If you have ADHD, anger issues, and the mind of a 4th grader, then you will stop at nothing but getting in trouble with yourself. That's so true. And yeah, but don't blame those on the way that you act. It could be the reason that you act a certain way, but it's not like you're doomed just because you have those situations. You're in that situation. You could work on it. Like there's a lot of things you could do to work on yourself, but it's harder said than done. I don't blame you, because for me, when I say that, I think about myself and how I'm so anxious to even look at somebody in the eyes. Like I went to the mall and people are asking like, "Oh, do you need help?" And I'm just depending on my mom to answer. Like, I try not to be the one to talk or to ask anybody for help. I'm just so anxious, and it sucks. I wouldn't be anxious though if everybody were like me. I'm kind of different, as in, the way that I look and stuff. What in the world happened here? Oh, this was from a lip thing. I know. Yeah. Pretty sure I have combined ADHD. Did you have it tested or are you just thinking? I think I have it. I'm too young to get it tested, and you don't have the money to. You really? It costs money? Maybe it does. I don't know. Because sometimes you have health insurance to that covers seeking a psychiatrist for that type of thing, but you don't have to look into it, honestly. Don't even mention it. People like to blame these types of things. It's called pop psychology for a reason. It's people to just talk about it because that will suffice as an excuse to act insanely. But you're in charge of yourself. No one can say otherwise. Unless it's something like borderline personality disorder, honestly, some people are not in charge of that. But there are things you could do to get in charge of yourself. Just be nice. I can't sit still. I have to always be moving. That could be a sign of ADHD, but it's not the only sign of ADHD. If you can't sit still, it could just be you're hyper, or you're active. Cause one time I saw a therapist. I was like, I think I have social anxiety or something. She's like, okay, but I'm not gonna diagnose you. I was like, what? Ain't that what you for? She's like, no, that's more detrimental than, trying to talk about it. Diagnosing is not for fun, You can't do that right away. Attention deficient hyperactive disorder. Yeah.
Two parameters and a high density area. Now for each data point.
A lot of people, they kind of just say it for attention. They're just like, oh, I have this, I have that, but they're completely fine. They just like the attention. Like the only way, like a lot of people, if you want attention, like the way to get it is by doing something that's like an achievement, something, you know, you actually worked hard for it. It's like, oh, okay, this person deserves some recognition because they're good at this stuff, like art or something. But then they also get into art. Like a lot of LGBTQ people are into art, and it's like, okay, maybe not art then. Maybe like, I don't know, something else that's hard. Maybe some math. But anything that like is for the sake of seeking attention, that's like annoying. I have a Thomas the Tank Engine plush on my bed. OMG, I forgot I had this. Cool.
Given given application, in the DB scan, we can assign three attributes to the each person. For example, the first one we call call point. So the data point, if we can call it is call point, that means in its neighborhood. In its neighborhood, let's give an example here. So first of all, suppose we have, let's say the neighborhood, the radius is this length, and the minimum number of points we require is 4, suppose. Right. So now if you look at this point in its neighborhood, we do have a 4, right, or more. Right? But in this example, we only have 4, so it means required. This is high density area, so we call this point a call point because it is the point, the center of the area.
I remember when I was in middle school, a lot of people on TikTok would self-diagnose themselves with 7 different mental issues. I know, man, it's crazy. Yeah, welcome back to the stream, Guilty. Thomas the Tank will protect you when you sleep, Jeff. Beautiful. That's why she forgot about it. Like, it was working so hard to protect her.
At this area, and we form a cluster.
Hello. I don't want attention. It's nice if I get called on in class every once in a while. Oh, that's good. That's good. It's also bad if nobody gives you attention. It's like if you're left out, that gives you like FOMO, loner vibes, and then yeah, that's when the silent person becomes like the school shooter. So it's like you have to have some sort of clout, so that if somebody's like a loner, then you have to like go to those people, and like even if there's a valid reason that they're a loner, like maybe they stink or something, somebody's gotta be there to tell them, hey, you need some deodorant, I got you, or something. Cause I've been in that spot. I was like, this person always used to bring some spoiled food for lunch. Like never once did she have any good food. You either have no food or spoiled food. It's like, I feel bad. Then you get her some food. Next day, same thing. You have to give her food every single day. Share some food, like, and then you end up disliking the person. It's like, I don't want to see them anymore. Even though my mom was like, yeah, get this for her. It's fine. I'm just like, I don't want to do that. Even though at first you wanted to do that, it's like, come on. What's gonna happen if one day I don't come? Well, are they gonna expect it? They never expected it, but still, it's hard to deal with people. Depression hits when you left out for me. I think school shooters is an extreme jump. Yeah, okay, that's true. It's an extreme example, but it does happen from loneliness in school. Or like a valid reason to be lonely. It's like there's neglect at home. Like they would have probably done that anyways, but it's always helpful if you like be their friend. So yeah, you gotta be somewhere in the middle. Not like the attention seeker, not the most popular in school, not the loner. Cause you're just always gonna be like, I don't know, like a graph of people. Like there's gonna be the highest, the most popular, and the least popular in school. You gotta make sure to be the one in the middle.
So this is a call point. Same idea. You just checking the data points. So those are all call points. But next, the concept or the type of points we make.
Dude, I think I could go live on YouTube. I'd probably draw if I went live. That'd be cool. Go for it.
And this game is called border point, which is not call point, it's border point. So the border point, this is a border point. If we look at this neighborhood, we don't have this required minimum number of data points, so we know this cannot form a cluster. However, this one is inside a neighborhood of a corner point. So although this border point is not form a new cluster, but it belongs to an existing cluster. So this, you can tell this one is at boundary. So that's why we call it border point. So first of all, the border point itself does not form a new cluster, but it is part of another cluster. It is at boundary. Okay, so this is a border point. Actually, after we find out, okay, we have this border point, this is the border point, and those are the core point. The last one, the concept we have on the types of the data point is a noisy point. So actually, this one is a noisy point. So, it is not a core point, right? It does not form a new cluster. In its neighborhood, it does not have more data points than the required number of the data points. Unfortunately, this one also, this one is not inside. It's
Okay,
not
bye.
in
Bye.
the
See you later,
core
Jim.
right? This is not belongs to one cluster. So this noisy point, you can see it itself does not form.
What is this? I see education and I'm having another panic attack. Like, what else is there to see on my YouTube, honestly? Every live I'm, like, studying. But yeah, welcome back to the streams. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Cluster, and it also.
This is DBScan, which is, like, a density-based spatial clustering of application with noise positional clustering. Because there's two types of clustering. There's positional and there's, like, nested. Or, not positional, partitional. And then there's nested clustering, which is called hierarchical clustering. So it looks like this. There's like within each one there's another cluster, but these are like two clusters. Those are like how to organize data points, especially for certain algorithms in unsupervised learning, which is clustering and dimensionality reduction. And the other supervised learning is something that we already went over. But yeah, we're almost done with this lecture, honestly. There's like 3 minutes left, 2 minutes even.
It's not belongs to any other cluster. So we call this is a noisy point. Or sometimes we say this point. That's present point. Right. So based on those, actually this can further give us some other relation or attributes. First of all, it is called direct density reachable. So actually, as you may see here, so
direct density reachable. Point Q is directly density reachable from the point P. P is a core point. A screen and a notebook is too much. Might make it into a spreadsheet. Maybe. Spreadsheet of doom and despair. The spreadsheet of doom and despair. Yeah. I don't use spreadsheets outside of like assignments. I can't believe people actually do that. High respect to those people because that means they're really organized. I see people use Notion a lot, like that one app. I was like, wow. How do you guys stay consistent using Notion? I can't do that.
with a single edge or connection. So because one is a core point, so this is a relation for the data points to a core point. If they have direct connection to a core point, we call this is directly density reachable. Actually, this is saying that they are all belongs to a new cluster if they are density reachable to the common core point of the cluster. Also, we have a density reachable.
Oh my days, there's more. Why not just use your Mac? Like, like writing on the MacBook, because I think handwriting is better. Because if you, because there's already the lectures online like as a PDF, so you could just read the lectures. But handwriting makes it like it's better for your brain. I don't know. But I found on my TV is a decade old. I found out my TV is a decade old and can no longer run YouTube, etc. I got the most logical solution, and that is to use a cheap laptop with a broken screen as the brain of the TV. Oh wow. Yeah, I mean, you don't need the screen for the broken laptop to use the TV. But then again, like to use YouTube on the laptop, you're gonna have to see what to pick. I don't know. Just for the sake of using the TV, you might as well just get another laptop. I don't know. So YouTube, web browsing, and DVD will work, but it's way worse than my Mac when it comes to performance. Oh, you're talking to him. Okay. My Mac doesn't have an HDMI port. It is a display port, and it is not worth it for basic web browsing when it's decent at gaming. So you can't even use the browser? Dang. You should get a new laptop at this point instead of getting a broken one. Just like invest in something good quality instead of cheaper. I actually can't go live, bro. Oh yeah, you need 50 subs. But COD works great, and I know I'm doing good if someone accuses me of hacking after I shoot them, though. Wow. Also, do you work today? Cause like, you need something. You need more money. If you're this smart, you could get like a really good job. I don't know. Nah, since it's a junk laptop, I might as well give it some purpose, and it should be powerful enough for basic tasks. So did you buy that broken laptop or did you already have it? I might sign up for like a Sunday school teacher position. But I really want an internship, like an actual job. Yeah, job hiring are a joke now. They're mainly there to steal information and leak it all online so you get spam calls. Dang! I just realized that's so true. Because right after applying for jobs, that's when you get the most scam calls. Fair enough. Hey Jory, don't forget the fog is near. Oh yeah, who could forget that? Never buy cheap laptops though. Recommend. Would not recommend. Why? So you're doing it but you're not recommending it for others?
But not directly. Actually, for here you can see that this point and this point, right? But this one, although this not directly connected to this one, but it is via some core point. The third, connection is the third. The points, the relation between the points is called connected. For example,
Density reachable. Point key is reachable from key. There's a path with that where each is directly reachable. Okay. What did I even write, bro?
the common core point of the cluster. Also, we have a density reachable, but not directly. Actually, for here you can see that this point and this point, right? For this one, although this not directly connect to this one, but it is via some core point. The third
A cheap phone can do basic things. A cheap laptop breaks easily. It's kind of useless at basic tasks. It's slow and laggy, bad screen, etc. You won't even get your money's worth since they might have the latest version for a month before it stops receiving updates. That cheap laptop has 2 gigabytes of RAM, which is a challenge for 2026, but I'll find a solution. Yeah, just like the only solution is to like get a later laptop, like a newer laptop. Yeah, honestly, I don't use my laptop except for school and like YouTube and stuff. There's probably a lot more stuff you could do with the MacBook Air that I just don't have the passion to use it for. Bro, sharing wisdom. I know, right? How do you learn this kind of stuff? Like, where do you get that information? I'll keep a mental note from that of that. Yeah. A new laptop isn't even worth it though. It's gonna be plugged into a TV just to stream it to. I mean, it's not only for that though, right? You could use it when you're not using the TV as well. Ask Doggy, he knows. I'm not sure if Doggy knows. The things that you say are like, most people don't really know that stuff. The one thing I'd do if I had a laptop would be to edit videos. Yeah. That's like the only other reason I used a laptop before, like using iMovie. But then you also have to use. Actually, I'm pretty sure there's like other newer like editing softwares out there now. But I feel like it takes too much time. I think the more time you put into a video, the more well it does, though. But I'd rather just do lives. The hard part is installing a new operating system while the screen is broken, so I'll have to guess which options pop up. Why do you have to guess? You could just use ChatGPT, right? Good luck editing. It's even more demanding than gaming. You need a really powerful laptop for editing. That's true. The one thing about editing is that like you need a lot of storage space. Oh, but more than storage, editing eats up RAM and CPU and GPU power completely, unlike gaming, which is usually more optimized. Yeah. I mean, I feel like nowadays RAM costs a lot more. Like, people were like showing off 2 sticks of RAM. I'm like, what? How's that a flex? It's just like another computer piece, but apparently the prices are going higher. That's why it's such a huge flex. I'm like, oh, okay. Like, I'm already running out of storage on my laptop and my phone. So imagine like editing too, that it wouldn't last. if your laptop can't run COD Modern Warfare 3, BO1, BO2, then it can't edit well. Dang. I don't know what that means. Honestly, same. But it just means like those games cost a lot more like data or not data but like storage space on your laptop. Yeah, I'm sticking to older RAM which is cheaper compared to the modern RAM. Okay. Yeah. But what would you edit, Guilty, if you could have a laptop to edit with? But you don't really need a whole laptop. You could use your phone too. Like there's CapCut, so a lot of people use that to edit videos. Phone editing is garbage, especially if it is an Apple. Yo, hold on, let me think. Start with a K. Wait, I forgot. I can't believe I forgot. Hold on. No, don't tell me. What was your name? Dang it, I forgot. I can't believe it. Kai. No, I didn't forget you. I remember you now. Kai. Welcome back to the stream at 7. I didn't go to get to. Look, it's not my fault. You haven't been here in my lives for so long. But you have your reasons. Like, you have school and stuff. How are you? I'm good. Alhamdulillah. I just went to the mall with my mom. And, yeah. I could edit on my phone, but the problem is I don't have a phone. Wait, what are you using then? To, like, see the live stream? Kelson the 4th. You're so close, Guilty. It's Kai, so it's over the K. It's been so long. I know, right? And Android is so trash now. Android uses so much RAM. Even app has ads. 32-bit app restrictions. It's not even optimized. I'm sick of modern Android since Google bought it. Yeah, I don't really see. I'm not into tech that much, so I can't really tell like the difference between old and new. But everybody knows, like generally speaking, that the newer tech are just like more scammy now. Like they try to take your money. It's not that long lasting like before. Don't worry, I'll be coming in your live streams regularly in like 2 years when I get a phone. Oh man, 2 years. At that point, I probably will still be live streaming though, cause I don't know why I wouldn't. It's so fun. I'd probably be in like graduate school, even though I don't want to go. From 2014, and so much phones are hard coded to prevent modifications too, all for security, which is the dumbest excuse I've heard. It's probably not just for that reason then. It's from 2014. It sounds like that. I have an old tablet. Dang. Does it still work good? Running Android 4.5 was actually nice since it says 1.2 gigabytes. Total RAM could handle it. I don't know what type it is, but it is a Samsung. Yeah. Like even me, I don't know what type this laptop is.
Connection is a third, the points, the relation between the points is called connected. For example, this one and this one, right? So there is a path going through them. So this is the density connected. Right. So in the DB scan, we have for the DB scan, the implementation in the second layer, you can find the corresponding function and the implementation. So here you can find the example, the interactive example where you specify the radius of the neighborhood and also the minimum number of the points required. You can pick up some demo examples and it will run the results. So we highly recommend you go to this link and to play with the DBSK. But the implementation you can find here as me.
If it's the white or black one, then it's most likely those things and they can't handle YouTube and basic programming. Sounds like my DS, bro. My DSi. Alright, so we're done with that lecture. We have 3 more. But I don't know if it's worth watching.
In this topic, we will talk about this.
Because I have to do a project. If you're the one storage, check the disk utility and maybe buy a passport. A passport? What? A tiny speaker? A back. Alright, I think I'm gonna end the stream here, guys, because I don't want to do the next lecture. I just want to relax. I'm gonna have to pray Asr and then, yeah, do some homework. Even though I should, yeah, I can't do homework online, on my streams though, because I can't yap at the same time. Goodbye, Julia. Goodbye. Yeah, I have those Western Digital Passport for Mac, which has like 500 gigabytes of X. 500 gigabytes? That's crazy. What do you use that for? Like gaming? Anyways, take care, guys. See you in the next one. Let's take care. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. It's probably still typing. See ya.